Business environment assignment 1 and 2 feedback. Generally good set of grades and good understanding of the key issues, so that's a real positive. What needs improving? Some of you need to complete the assignments, and also you need to make sure that everything is linked. It's still not happening and it's still causing you problems. P1 issues. People are still confused between public and private sector, and also this whole concept of not-for-profit. If something is in the public sector, i.e. Avon Valley Fire and Rescue or SGS College, at the end of the day they are not in the not-for-profit sector. They are part of the public sector, so they're owned by the government. Something that's not-for-profit is a charity, and this also had problems with things like the liability. Also, please don't get confused between public sector and public limited companies. That's still a big issue that some people are getting confused with. They are different entities. Public limited company is floated on the stock exchange. Public sector is owned by the government and usually provides a service for people. Completely different entities. People are also confused about liability. A not-for-profit, i.e. cats protection, and public sector organisation, the liability is simply not relevant. Also with liability, the whole concept of a limited and unlimited liability is a problem for some people. This means basically limited liability is what you put in, you get out, i.e. buying and selling shares or buying and selling ownership. Unlimited liability is basically where you borrow against your assets, so you borrow against your house or your car or what's owned, and that's an issue. Okay, so for P2, these are some general issues. Some people missed out all the stakeholders. Some people struggle to describe the stakeholders. The big issue was people not linking the stakeholders. This is one example which was half finished, which is a shame because it's quite good. This is another example as well where this person didn't link, which is also a shame because it was a bad piece of work. Again, if you use information and you link it to the actual case study or you link it to an example, you'll get passed every time. The problem at the moment is not everyone's doing that, and it's costing them marks. So M1, again remember to link it to a business and scenario. It needs to carry on. Think what are the objectives of stakeholders and what are the objectives to the company. Basically how are they related to each other, and also what is there a conflict between them. You need to make sure that's quite clear in your assignment, okay? What I would do is think about these 3 questions over and over again. If you ask those 3 questions for every stakeholders, for both of them, you'll get all the marks. If you don't, there'll be problems and issues with it. D1, some people lacked research to back up their conclusions, so you did your power interest matrix, but you didn't actually say why they're powerful and influential. If you found a bit of research for 4 of them, you probably would have got the marks. It's quite a difficult task, but it's just about doing a bit of research which you can find. It's difficult. Okay, so environment 2 feedback. This is quite sweet and quick. There's only 2 issues. The main issue really is P4, and also the fact you need to save it as a PDF. You need to show how business strategies and structures help businesses achieve their strategic aims. What I would strongly suggest you do is that you look back on the videos and you look back at your workbook and think, okay, why does a business have certain strategies? Why do they have goals? How do those strategies and those structures help them achieve those goals? If you answer that question, you will get the marks. If you don't, you won't. Make sure you save it for PDF with notes. There is actually an example which you can go and find. This is quite a short video because there's not that much bad to say. Just make sure that you save and upload the second one as a PDF with the notes.